Hello everyone, welcome to Parallel Universe here on GDQ Hotfix. And I know there's probably a non-zero amount of you who are sitting in the stream, maybe just joined. We're like, holy moly, what happened to the last run? Well, for those of you who didn't see it, there was just a world record. And if you want to watch that, you know, maybe watch this first, because I think this show's really good. But on YouTube in a few days, Do All the Things going to be on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. You can check out that VOD because it was incredible if you didn't see it. But right now here on Parallel Universe, we have a stacked sampler of absolutely banging rhythm games with some incredible custom charts just going all night. We're going to be partying until the sun comes up, except we're going to be going until 1 a.m. because that's when the show here ends. And if you miss anything, like I said, you can go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick, or maybe, I don't know, you can go to like the VODs here if you don't care, but that doesn't really matter because I think if you're here, you might as well subscribe, maybe like use your Prime, Exclamation Prime, if you want to support GDQ, because I think everyone here is pretty cool and awesome. And if you're familiar with live GDQ Hotfix content, you might know Quacksilver. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hi friends, I'm Quacksilver. I'm gonna be showing off some Rift of the NecroDancer today. This is a rhythm game that came out this year in February and has taken over my life, already having an hour count equal to some of the speed games I have sunk the most time into, which is fun and flirty and fine. As Limey said, I also showrun for Make Your Own Victory here on Hotfix, which is all about not beating video games, which I think rhythm games absolutely qualify for. I am joined today by a lovely commentator, the Valiant Son.
Hello, friends. I'm here to do commentary. That's it.
Cool. Then I think we'll go ahead and get started. This is a mix of some custom charts as well as some official DLCs that have been released for the game that were charted by members of the community as opposed to Brace Yourself Games' official charters. It's going to be a mix of a bunch of styles, and we'll talk a little bit more about how Rift of the NecroDancer works as we get into it. Limey, am I good to kick this off?
Yeah, you're good to kick us off. Just real quick, if you're watching and you have no idea what's going on, there's going to be a lot of rhythm gaming all night, so a lot of the fundamentals that you see in this game are going to be transferred to every single other game that you're going to see tonight. So if you want to stick around all night to see everything that we have going on, that would probably be a little bit preferable. It'd be really cool. But yeah, Quack, if you want to count down for our wonderful tech team.
Absolutely. We will kick this showcase off in 3, 2, 1, go. We're starting with some Bug Fables. Team This One's Stronger. Charted by Sam Fizz.
Awesome.
And so the basic gist of Rift is that instead of notes, you have NecroDancer enemies.
So there's a bunch of different enemy types. Your most basic are your slimes and the worms, which are the long little dragons. And we also have skeletons. And then it just gets more complicated from there. So you can see there's some yellow skeletons. Those require... once you hit them, they run away from you until they run into another enemy. Some of the skeletons have shields, which means you need to hit them on half time until they're out of shields. There's also these blade masters who will just stop wherever they're at and then will hit the attack line on the next beat. And you also have harpies that move every other beat but move 2 spaces every turn. And bats. There's a lot of different enemies featured in this run, or in this chart. Would you believe that there's only half of them, though, that we are going to see across this entire showcase?
Yeah, so I would characterize Rift as a somewhat cerebral rhythm game. It doesn't have quite as intense note walls as some other rhythm games, some other very high APM rhythm games. But
I don't believe you.
There is a lot
I know
to
what
track. there is a lot of like snap decision making and pattern recognition, which I love. This is my first rhythm game that really got its hooks in me. And something about the like enemy layout of it rather than just notes really tickles my brain in a positive way.
Yeah, and Quack is, I think, every song except for one is considered impossible difficulty. This is custom charts though, so most of the time the difficulty is it's not official necessarily. But there are so many different levels where you could start. The game starts you at medium, but there is like an easy, medium, hard, and impossible
and
way to play the game.
In addition to the 4 difficulties, each song has an intensity that ranges from 1 to 30. We will be seeing charts ranging from intensity 20 to intensity 30, but realistically like 32. We'll talk about it later. Moving into our next chart, I'm going to drop to hard. Still an intensity 20 song though, because charters can pick the difficulty they put their charts in. This song only has a hard chart, but we want to talk about custom portraits because in a recent update to Rift the NecroDancer, you can now add custom portraits for the player character and the enemy character to bop along to the music. And I can think of no better illustrative example for that than some Deltarune Gaming. It's TV time. This was charted by Lulu Popo.
3, 2, 1, let's rock!
And I do want to call out special attention to when I activate Vibe Power, which we'll talk about in a sec. But first, just pay attention to Dear Tenna right here. Go TV go. Anyway, so Vibe Power is basically, if you're familiar with Star Power from Guitar Hero, exact same idea. You have to hit the phrases in order to build it up, and it doubles your score and makes you impervious to damage while it is active.
We're also seeing our first trap here. The fire trap makes any creature that is on the ground move twice the speed that it was going before. So you see the slimes go a lot faster, but the worms and harpies, for example, would not be affected, and bats, because they are not touching the ground, so they cannot get caught on fire.
Something else to talk about in this section is the shadows underneath each enemy. They will either be a circle, a diamond, or a star. Circles are on beat, diamonds are on the half beat, and stars are neither.
A secret third thing.
Yeah, with the grid, you can sort of get a sense of where in the pattern you are. And especially for things like harpies, where you have to read their approach from a little bit farther, knowing whether they are on or off beat is a huge part of reading this game.
Yeah, I thought I was like learning things and like experiencing the game after the last chart, and then like now people are like on fire and I don't understand what's going on anymore suddenly.
We haven't even gotten to portals yet.
Huh?
It gets worse, Slimy. / better.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna like let this like enter my brain, and I'm just not gonna understand it, and that's okay.
My toxic trait is I think this is a very parsable rhythm game, and I am bad at most other rhythm games.
I'm also seeing a comment from chat saying that it's absolutely wild that you're able to talk while playing this and explain concepts.
I can do that now. As we ramp up, I will hit a breaking point. Cool full combo, by the way. Actually, is that an up score? It is.
Let's
go.
Let's
go.
That's so cool.
So obviously, full combo. This game uses combo scoring, so you need to not only hit every note, but you can't overhit in order to actually full combo. And you get this swanky cadence T-posing with sunglasses sticker when you do. Moving back to impossible difficulty, we're gonna hit one of the multi-rhythm game classics here in Null Control by Silent Room. This was charted by Programmatic. A lot of the charters from here on out are also extreme top-level players of this game. Programmatic is a frequent leaderboard topper, and I am just a big personal fan of his charts. And also, Silent Room is like a pretty cool artist. This is, I think, mostly similar enemies to what we've seen so far. So conceptually, it's mostly the same, just a little bit faster, more intense.
You also get introduced, I think, to armadillos in this chart.
Oh, there is one armadillo section, that's true. Something else we haven't talked about is food. So I have 10 health here, right? Every time I miss an enemy but not overhit, that goes down. And food restores it. That's food.
And so one of the things as well that Quack just mentioned is that there is overstrumming, kind of like Guitar Hero. You can break your combo not only by missing and not attacking an enemy, but also by hitting a note when a note's not there. Quack is playing on keyboard, and for a lot of these charts is playing one-handed, but there will be some where that's not possible. So you're able to do both arrow key input and WASD input. So you can do some real good things to take care of your hands on some of these charts. And sometimes it's just actually necessary.
This is the section that lets me talk about worm cheese. Because I'm playing this two-handed, basically the game recognizes hold inputs on one hand, even without, or it lets you sustain basically on one hand and then just hit the note with the other hand. So I held down my left hand in that worm section on all 3 notes and then just had to tap the rest. I'll use worm cheese a couple other times throughout this showcase. That was surprisingly not bad for talking over. Oh, that was a -0. I definitely dropped combo, but yeah. All right, we'll take that.
You overstrummed around the time you were explaining overstrumming.
Yeah, well, there we go. So we talked a little bit about armadillos, or we mentioned armadillos. Armadillos are your triplets. There are 3 different types of armadillos, which we'll see immediately in this song, and the intro's a little cursed, so Jess, I'm gonna pass this to you. This is Hello Hell. Who here likes Toho? It was charted by Skeely, who is one of the most prolific charters.
I'm just appreciating the intro.
Cool. Yes, you want to talk about armadillos?
Yeah, so armadillos, every other sort of creature that we've seen is like on beat. We have the different shadows that can affect that. Armadillos have 3 beats within one of the squares, so they need to be hit 3 times while they're in their spot. The yellow armadillos need to be hit 3 times, the blue armadillos need to be hit the first 2 times, and the red armadillos need to be hit on the first and third beat. I personally really like the red armadillos and do not like the yellow armadillos, despite the fact that the game is like, well, the yellow armadillos should be easy and the red armadillos are the hard ones. We're also introduced into the variant Blade Master, which is blue, which requires 2 hits. For most creatures, if they are blue, they require 2 hits in some capacity where they get knocked back. And then you have like your yellow armadillos have 3 hits. The bats for yellow and red both require 3 hits, but move in a slightly different way, with yellow moving in the same direction 3 times and the red swapping directions in the middle.
Yeah, and this song is fun because it leans a lot on offbeat armadillos, so you have to get really good at reading triplet patterns sort of in chunks, because it's not immediately clear what they're signifying. Fine. That section is cursed. It's fine. Get a little bit of a breather here. It's another good section for worm cheese. And literal cheese.
So apples give you 1 health, cheese gives you 2, chicken drumsticks give you 3, and then like a ham on a bone gives you 4. Because that's how I break down my four food groups.
Yeah.
I can absolutely destroy a ham on a bone right now.
Right?
Can you do it in 4 bites?
No. I'm scared now.
Cadence is hungry. Slaying monsters works up an appetite. Alright, and this outro is a little cursed.
I saw that red harpy just randomly.
Dang. Alright. I think if I had kept the combo, that might have upscored again. I upscored this in the green room right before coming on. I was like, I can do that again. I can't do that again. That was close though. I'm happy with that.
Nice S plus.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Now I do want to introduce the good people of this chat to a new concept in rhythm games. It's called being wiggly. A song is wiggly if it has both 8th note and triplet rhythms. And let me be so clear. I know there are real terms for this. I am a musician professionally. When rhythm games are on the screen, that has left my brain. This is a wiggly song. It's Headspace by Ash Astral, charted by Bun, who is just a god tier player of every rhythm game you could name, and Rift is no exception.
So what she means by wiggly?
No. It's a thing. Wiggly, I'm making fetch happen. Wiggly is a real
Have you
concept.
never wiggled before?
I know. I was just going to explain it in the context of the monsters that we're going to see on screen.
Oh, sure.
So the skeletons with the shield, as we said, require, so a skeleton with a shield requires you to hit it on beat and then off beat. 2 shields is on beat, off beat, and the next on beat. And usually songs will either have skeletons with shields or they will have armadillos. A wiggly song has armadillos. And skeletons with shields.
Anyone who talks about polyrhythms in the chat, mods, it's all I know is wiggly.
I was hovering my unmute button to talk about polyrhythms, and now I just don't. It's okay. I will not bring that nonsense on stream.
I just saw a zombie. We could talk about zombies too. So this in addition to all the other fun wiggly things that this is introducing, this chart also has skulls, which we saw briefly earlier, but we'll see a lot in this chart. The skulls are just one giant skeleton head. When you hit the skeleton head, it explodes into other skeletons. So you can see here, you hit the head and two skeletons pop up behind it. The default ones just immediately explode. The blue ones shift backwards. The red ones shift one direction before releasing the additional skeletons. There's also very briefly a zombie. I'll explain zombies more, I think, in our next upcoming chart, because I think there was just the one zombie that was just there for no reason. Oh, we do have portals in this chart as well.
Yo.
So portals work exactly like portals in hit video game Portal.
I've been chasing perfect on that drop for a minute or two. That was close. I'll take that. Oh, -2.
I think spiritually
Hey,
that's an
upscore?
FC, even if that
Oh,
was a
you're
-2.
kidding me.
100, less than 100 off.
998 off. All right, we'll loop back around later.
We have to come back.
Yeah. So I am going to break rank with the custom music section because, like I mentioned, Rift has gotten a couple official DLCs where the charters were members of the community instead of like Brace Yourself games. And I want to shout out two songs in particular. This one, Flayed Ice from the Hololive DLC, chartered by Yipbait. We got to have a Camellia song in the set list. And I also do have to shout out the Flame Fatales, because I will be running Rift of the NecroDancer at Flame Fatales in September. And if you're familiar with Hackos Fails, any Ritals in the chat?
One, let's go. Baby, how's your life? Are you a new freak? Let's forget everything and have some fun. Awesome. We roll, we cast dice, we just play dice. Yeah, baby, there's no need to think twice. Oh, make it your night, make it your mind, make it your spotlight. Yeah, get out from the hamster wheel and blow your life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play right on.
This song puts a lot of work into the double bats, like stacked bats on top of each other in the same beat, which is sort of spicy shielded skeletons. Excuse me.
We also saw...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we also saw our first batch of zombies. So green zombies oscillate back and forth, but move basically diagonally and hit the walls, whereas red zombies wrap around the edge of the lanes. And also, remember how we introduced different colored skeletons? They can also hold shields, and that's fun. We also see mystery traps.
Yeah, single fire trap.
I'm seeing a chat comment about how a lot of the more average gamer kind of struggles to play this, especially coming from other rhythm games because it's a lot more reading focused and puzzle focused, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
And it is super impressive just to see you do that well. And all I'm saying, if you want to see Quacksilver do this more often, you can go to twitch.tv/QuacksilverPlays. Maybe check them out. Follow them.
Thanks.
Who knows?
Yeah, this has fully taken over my life.
And she will be also showcasing like this is one of the official songs. We're showing custom charts tonight here on Limey's awesome, amazing show. But if you want to see some of the more official charts, it'll be at Fatale's as well. And there's going to be probably a ton of incentives to see even more different of the DLCs and ways to interact with the game.
Yeah, this game has a full original soundtrack too.
Yeah, that was super, super cool. And I cannot believe that was an FD.
Full combo, let's go. Hey yo, full combo.
That's absurd. You're so good at this game.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, real quick though, we are about halfway done with this showcase. I do want to just go to a break really quickly. I want to make sure everyone in chat is getting up, stretching, de-shrimpifying, all of that good stuff. Maybe take a second to do your dishes. Like, I see them. There is a pile in your sink. You gotta fix that, buddy. But we'll be back in just a few minutes. So, so stick around. Well, I would say stay right here, but go do your dishes. We'll come back just a few minutes. We'll be back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Parallel Universe here on GDQ Hotfix. And real quick, I know that all y'all on Twitch chat are loving this content that we put on almost every single day here on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. So if you're liking that, maybe do exclamation Discord. Maybe join that Discord. Give yourself a Hotfix Enjoyer role, because you can just react to a message, gives you a role, and you'll get pinged for every time the weekly Hotfix schedule gets posted. You can see all of the cool runs that all of the cool showrunners have, just like a cool showrunner that we might have on this showcase, Quacksilver.
Boy, who, me?
Yes, you.
Awesome. Well, it's perfect splitting it down the middle. We went to the official DLC briefly, and we're back in custom charts. Limey, would you say you're a fan of Hatsune Miku?
I know that one.
I feel like she shows up a lot around rhythm games.
Probably a little bit, who knows?
And so there is an official Miku DLC, which we may be seeing a little bit later. But this was a song that came out too recently to be included in the official Hatsune Miku DLC. But it is another Skeely chart, one of the only charters that I doubled up on in this showcase, because this song, Lovely Cavity, is maybe my favorite chart in the game right now. It's just fun to play, and disclaimer, I'm not a Miku Beam enjoyer. I'm so sorry, but this is also Sawtown, so like, I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe it skips a generation or something. We will get back to the showcase in 3, 2, 1, go.
I would say good luck, but I know you're gonna kill it, so I don't really need to say anything at this point.
Fight!
In before wife. So I love this chart because of the clever use of bats here to get this sort of slide pattern that inverts and is so much fun to one hand. Like, as Jess mentioned, a lot of the harder songs I play with 8 keys. But this is basically a 4-key song because it's just so addictive.
I love somebody in chat saying Rift of the NecroDancer is my first exposure to Miku.
Honestly,
what a blessed world we live in.
Honestly, mostly mine too. And certainly the most Miku consumption I've ever had is playing this game. Because yeah, I was not a rhythm girly until this took over my life. And so I lack a lot of the like broad cultural language that you'll get from the other fine gamers on this show tonight. Or indeed from Limey, who I'm sure will educate me about plenty over the course of this and the rest of the evening.
I am here to be educated. I am not going to be educating anyone because I still don't understand how you can like one-hand any of this. Like what? Like I can't believe that.
I guess actually, like a good thing to point out is that there are 3 lanes, and we have been saying that we're playing. Like 8 key was something that Quack just said. You have the 3 buttons by default are your left, right, and up. But if all 3 lanes are occupied, you can use the down arrow to hit all 3 at once. Which is how we have 4 keys for a 3-lane game. You also activate star power with the space bar, so I don't know if you want to also include that there. But this does also have a lot of compatibility with different controllers. People play on keyboard. You can, and we will actually see a chart from somebody who plays with a sound vortex board for my other rhythm game enjoyers.
Spoilers.
I was actually gonna say that this game is like 3 key in the same way that like Sound Vortex is like 4 keys.
Yeah, no, it's very fun. There are some things on the DLC. Oh, I overhit. I was like, wait, was that an FC? Not quite. There are some things, especially in DLC tunes, where you have like worms going and notes coming in behind the worms that require 2 hands, but nothing in the base game has that. It does happen in DLC and custom charts. I actually don't know. Maybe there's something later in this showcase that will have that. We'll feel it out. Any spin rhythm fans? Well, I mean, I never know what your like rhythm game vintage is. Are you a spin rhythm enjoyer?
I've played a bit of spin rhythm. I am like a rhythm nomad. I like hop around a lot at this point just because everything that I've wanted to accomplish, I've accomplished. So,
I mean, yeah, no, that's a really good feeling. This is Go Outside. This is also a programmatic chart. This was, I think, the first programmatic chart I found, and so it feels good to be good at it now because it wrecked me the first time I played it. Yeah.
Wait, a second programmatic chart, you said Skeely was the only one you doubled up on.
Lied.
When will the lies end?
I lied.
Yeah, all I'm saying is if you want to hear more of Quack's Over Sweet Lies, you can do the exclamation schedule command in chat, and you can check out the Hotfix schedule for the entire week because Quacksover has a show called Make Your Own Victory that's going on tomorrow that is comprised of the most anticipated games of this year, except there's a little bit of cope, but don't worry about that.
Most anticipated games of this year, because Silk Song is definitely coming out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get you back to your showcase, okay?
Yeah. This is a good armadillo workout.
This also does my least favorite thing with Blade Masters, which is when you have Blade Masters that swing at the same time, but they are not on the same beat. So you'll end up hitting them at the same time, but they're offset from each other, and it's my least favorite thing that Blade Masters do.
Yeah, and like this is a pretty chill like section, but like having to follow the melody and the drum beat, it's just like a little keep you on your toes as a treat.
I don't understand how you can say this is chill. Like for people like me, this is not chill at all.
Well, it's chill in comparison. We'll get there.
That is kind of, I think, like a unique difference as you move between the difficulties, is that usually like impossible charts will have you following both like the melody and also having you do like some of the percussive tracks overlaid with it, whereas on lower difficulties you are usually only following like one of those. Programmatic charts are just so good though.
In the zone.
Like I have an incredible suggestion. $1 million suggestion right now. Right?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm blaming you for that. No, what's the $1 million suggestion?
I think we have got to get you playing this game for like 2 hours straight, but it's just like no game audio. It's just mic to your keyboard, ASMR channel. I would sleep so good.
See, one sec. Let me close this out so I'm not throwing again. So, as part of a fundraiser I did during Pride Month, among the ways in which I tortured myself was I did have someone essentially bet me for charity that I couldn't play this game without audio to myself, and I had to do a couple of charts without hearing, like visuals only. Mad respect people who can play rhythm games blindfolded. That's not me, but I did hold my own okay audio list. Like, okay audio list. And you know, that I could do ASMR. Cool. Next up, we've got Ultra Synergy Matrix by Tanjiki. This was charted by Poob Slag. We've talked a little bit about Fire Traps before. This is Fire Traps, the song, and I think it will be readily apparent as we get into it.
I'm really scared.
You should be.
I had a friend say that this was the most parsable chart. This is a friend, Sawayoshi, shoutouts, who plays a lot of other rhythm games, and says just like based on raw speed, this was actually weirdly followable because everything was moving so fast that you don't notice the grid as much. And also it's mostly skeletons. So like it's just
Wait, no,
notes.
actually I agree.
Yeah, the thing that I think really makes this game hard for me personally is just because you can't actually control the scroll speed, because I'm a rhythm girly that needs to turn up my scroll speed a lot, so that there's more space between things. So I agree that like the fire traps in this make it so much, because this is chaos. But we're also seeing some other
Sawayoshi, because they've actually done other rhythm game showcases on the channel, and if you've missed those, maybe go to youtube.com/skepticism quick. They did Vivid Stasis, I think, for the API Heritage Month celebration a year ago. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, they've also run Vivid Stasis on Make Your Own Victory.
Whoa.
We also saw some other trap types in here. So there are the mystery traps, which completely obscure the monster, but you still have to hit it according to whatever that monster pattern is. There are shift pads, which shift the monster in the direction that the arrow key is facing, and then also are portals, which are portals on the ground, and then you respawn wherever the little fissure in the ground is. Sometimes it brings them forward, sometimes it shoves them back.
Oh my god, this game has it. Streams.
Yeah, to test your earlier comment about scroll speed, there is a chart that's in the base game that is called Count Funkula, that is like one of the hardest charts in the game, and the patterns are actually mostly very safe. There's like one drum solo that's a little messed up, but the thing about the chart is that it has just an absolutely terrible slow scroll speed, and so you have all these nasty like shield skeletons and armadillos. It's also a Wiggly song that are all like right on top of each other, and it's very funny. I think a lot of rhythm gamers really do not like that song.
For reference, because I just know this off the top of my head, is that Count Funkula's BPM is like 115, and like the next slowest one is like a 125, which like, it is just...
Yes, shout outs to Jess, who has spreadsheets on spreadsheets of like enemy data and song data going into this. It's great. Cool. I've got one more song before the time checkpoint, so I'll play this and then we can see how many more songs we're gonna go into the tail end of this showcase with. I am doubling up on Deltarune. If you're Deltarune spoiler-averse, I'll see you in 2 minutes, but I did want to shout out a Dark Zone, because if you are familiar with the Deltarune fight that a Dark Zone is the setting for, the gimmick for this chart is a very good impression of the gimmick of that fight, which I thought was really cool, and I'm hoping I can hit a single vibe power phrase to prove it. You'll notice in the description, darkness constricts you, vibe gain reduced outside of question marks. This is also charted by Snapperings. And this is also Zombies.song.
Yeah, so most of the time, right, with vibe power, you hit a full phrase and then you get that vibe power off. The gimmick, as Quack said, that managed to split it off so that the individual notes were kind of scattered within the phrase, and you had to hit all of them, despite the fact that they're not being in line in order to get the points there.
Yeah, it's just zombies. And thankfully, you can miss other non-vibe notes and still get the phrase.
On a roll.
Something else to talk about here is that while zombies have color-coded behavior for how they interact with the sides of the highway, zombies will bounce off of other enemies as a rule.
Yeah, so you can see like some of the zombies, when they hit the worm, will just bounce between those two spots. And if you have something like a bat or a creature also get pushed back into its spot, it locks the zombie into its space as well.
Yeah, so this chart and one other we'll see take full advantage of that. That might actually be an upskirt. That last like zombie and bat section, brutal.
Check me out.
Ooh,
Yep,
yeah.
there's the up score. All right, we'll take it. I'm glad we got a couple of vibe phrases in that because I just think that's so cool. Limey, how are we doing?
Yeah, it's looking like what we reviewed on at first with that like additional 15-ish minutes should be fine.
Amazing. So we got a couple extra songs to play with. So we're gonna go for just some things that I really like to play. We got 2 songs at the back that I want to specifically close on, but
Sorry, you hovering over Buddy Holly just made me laugh so hard.
There's so many charts, there's so many customs that are great. I do want to shout out, even though I can't play it on the stream, Busted from Phineas and Ferb, also a Snappering's chart. Randomly an incredible chart, and I am a sucker for Phineas and Ferb. Go check out the workshop for this game. You know you want to. Just do it. But I'm going to go to Magical. This is another Poop Slag chart that is just sort of like a wall of notes. Which it seems to be Poop Slag's MO. Like, obviously, Ultra Synergy Matrix was very much that. And you can see portals.
Show off.
In the zone.
That zombie section was so satisfying to just like
Right? Like, this is a very vertically arranged chart, and it looks cool.
As with the like vertically stacked chart as well, there's tons of ways you can make this game more accessible. So, for example, the lanes, the checkerboard underneath the lane, you can see is alternating. You can turn that off. You can reduce the amount of like additional things moving around this stage. You can also turn off the you can turn off the creature movement, and it's my absolute favorite thing to do.
It's cursed. It's so cursed.
It's so cursed because they just slide at you, and I think it really makes it feel like, I think that's honestly the way that it really makes it apparent that it's not like really any other rhythm game. When the monsters aren't moving and you actually see just how much they just kind of putter at you. Blade Masters are definitely like on the ground, but I always feel like they shouldn't be though.
Yeah, with that section is like the Blade Masters in the bouncing section is not difficult. It's just like if you mess up once, there are a lot of sections in this game where if you mess up one thing, you wind up letting through a lot more. Our closing song is gonna be a prime example of that. Let's see. Okay, so I do want to shout out, this is something, we're going to go back to the official charts for a second, into the official Hatsune Miku DLC, to Radiant Revival, which is a recent popular Miku tune, to shout out one of this game's other features. So every chart in the game is set. And so a lot of this, especially these later songs, is an issue of practice. However, sight reading is a very popular thing. A lot of the custom charts you've seen me perform today were originally charted for the Rift of the NecroDancer Discord does official sight reading tournaments. They're called Rondos, Rift of the NecroDancer Opuses, where you will have a set number of attempts to like sight read a brand new chart, which a couple of these have been first performed in Rondos. Because sight reading is such a big thing for rhythm games, this game comes by default with Remix Mode, which uses the same exact, like the same contour of the beats, so like you will hit the same number of enemies on each given beat, but it randomizes the chart, so it's a sight read every time. And so this was charted by Spritcha. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, my apologies, but I wanted to show off some remix mode with the extra time. This is a sight read of Radiant Revival.
I cannot believe you're doing that. That's so cool.
3, 2, 1, bring it on!
So I'm gonna focus for this.
I'll try not to distract you too much. What is cool about the remix mode, though, is the fact that typically your worms are going to be static between the remix charts because there's not really creatures that can otherwise approximate that rhythm pattern.
Now we're talking. Quite amusing. I'm on fire.
Yeah, worm like placement is static, or worm existence is static. Like what lane it's placed in can still vary.
Three things in this world are static: death, taxes, and worm existence.
And worm existence. You can quote me on that. Okay.
Good. On a roll.
Like, Blade Masters and Harpies are the terrible things in Remix. Because in official charts, you can get a sense of like what cues are important to react to. But like the red harpy in this chart, I'm just bad at. My dirty secret is I'm not a very good sight reader. Like this was a lot of practice with this chart in remix mode. But unfortunately, practice does make you better at things.
No.
No way.
It sucks to say, it sucks to hear, but that is how this works. I'm feeling okay
GG.
with that. I will take a -4 remix. Suck the one of those with a star power phrase or vibe power phrase, but I'm feeling good about that. And you could see the seed if you were fast on it. You could copy that seed and play it yourself.
And like whether it's like, I mean, there's the like changing the difficulty in the base game, there's playing remix mode, there's all these different custom musics that you can download. Quack won't do it because she's a coward, but there's, what is it, the 4 million armadillos at 280 BPM.
Yeah, we're showing some custom charts that are slightly more polished. Okay, so I said we have to include a Camellia chart. With the extra time we've been afforded by the absurd world record on Do All the Things, we're going to get a second Camellia chart in before we go to our final two. This will be our last of the extended. This is Play With Fire, Hyasobi. Camellia featuring Hatsune Miku. She's back. This is a chart that is, number one, quite difficult, and number two, I picked up very recently, so we're aiming for A rank here. And with that disclaimer, let's get into it, because it's a long one, and also very fun. This was charted by Rayhard NZ, who is also a recent Fatale. Shoutouts to the Frame Fatales.
Yo, Fatale's mentioned?
Yo, Fatale's mentioned.
Exclamation FF in chat.
So here you will see notes behind sustains, which require 8 keying.
You also get the absolutely lovely experience of red harpies just cutting in line.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, and red harpies behind red armadillos.
On a roll. I'm on fire. In the zone.
This section is just a bunch of offbeat red harpies. And so we star power our way through that right now. There's one official chart that also has that, and I am bad at that too.
On a roll.
Why does it do the tempo drag at the end? Your guess is as good as mine. All right,
For
I feel good.
fun.
For pulling that out.
Pain and whimsy.
For pain and whimsy. For pulling that out on practice, I'm very happy with that. And we got the A.
Ayo, A.
All right, I have
Can we
two.
get an A in chat?
Yeah, A's in the chat. I have 2 more charts to show you all before our time here is at an end. We talked, it feels so long ago now, about custom portraits. At the end of the most recent rondo in the official Rift Discord, a new use for custom portraits was first publicized to the world. This is censored by T. Pazolite, charted by Katie. I am once again going to shut up for the next minute 55. You will see, or rather not see, why momentarily.
I love this chart.
3, 2, 1.
Because
go.
it's censored, you see.
watching the entire chat blow up with what?
Yeah, no one knows what's going on, and I think that is magical.
Some mystery traps just for fun.
Yeah, we saved star power for then because of that. It does mean we don't have it for the zombie patterns, though.
So
Also- yeah.
there are technically also shift traps in this, but they actually don't alter any monsters. They are just telling you where the Blade Masters are going to show up, because typically you have to be able to see them wind up before they hit their spot, but we can't see a lot of the chart. So instead we get the trap that tells us what lane the Blade Master is going to be coming down from. Clean and outro.
Yeah. That's always that's a really fun party trick. I like that a lot. It's such a shout out to
That's
Katie.
so cool.
That's such a silly chart, and I hope there are more like it. It's funny too, because like it's not a free chart. Like you can you can go into practice mode, which does remove the sensor bars. It mostly removes the sensor bar. It's like a fairly real chart. It's on the easier side of impossible difficulty, but like you have to hit real notes, right? So she does such a good job of making the patterns like intuitive enough and physically not demanding enough that like when you're scanning just the tiny row, it still comes together to make a really cool song. If you're getting into impossible, maybe don't start there, but I do highly recommend checking it out. But there can
That's
only
really similar to if you've ever seen like pin mods in like Beatmania and like in Ozu and stuff. It's like that. So to my brain it makes sense, but also I could not read anything that was going on. That was so sick.
Yeah, it's really good. I know a lot of rhythm games have their send up of it. Also, you know, obviously if you're a longtime GDQ watcher, you're no stranger to people doing rhythm games blindfolded straight up, which again, beyond me. But I'm very, very pleased that people are already putting that into Rift. I think it's really cool. But of course, there is only one way we could really end this showcase. I joked at the beginning of this that our final chart was going to be Intensity 30, but more like Intensity 32. This is Reach for the Summit, official Celeste DLC. It was charted by none other than Spoody Biscuit, which if you've been around NecroDancer or indeed rhythm games for a while, you know that name. This chart is mean. This chart really makes heavy use of the down, like the hit all three lanes button as a, not suggestion, but necessity for a lot of its patterns. And also, it's just fast enough that if you drop one thing, you drop a lot of things. So I'm once again going to focus up. Time will be once we get the win screen for this song.
Yeah. Also, if you're around GDQ, you might have seen Spoody Biscuit's name because I'm pretty sure they were the one who did the not ITG showcase.
Yeah.
GDQ 2022 online, I think it was, which was super sick. Go watch that youtube.com/games done quick. You can check out like the playlist with all the different events and all the Hotfix shows.
This is what passes for a break in this song. Anyway, hope you like zombies. Okay, Jesus.
Okay.
I was like,
I
there's
wanted to
no
talk, but I
way.
was like terrified of that.
There's no way. If I have to see the outro, then I'm gonna be mad.
I do genuinely think this chart scares me more than any room has ever scared me in Celeste.
Right.
Yeah, 3.3 mil on a marathon. Feel good about that. Whew, that is time.
That is incredible. What?
Yeah, no, that entire song is just
A -3?
it's just nasty. We're gonna get it one day. One day it'll happen.
That is gnarly.
I love this game so much. I did not think I was a rhythm girly at any point in my life. I've joked before when I ran this for things. I treated learning rhythm games a lot like I treated my transition. I don't have a lot of the cultural language for it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying myself and I think it's pretty cool, so I'm gonna stay the course, and you can too. But yeah, thank you so much, Limey, for having me on, letting me showcase some of this stuff. Shout outs to all the custom charters who have made this showcase possible and gotten their work into the official game as well. Jess, you have any shout outs or anything to plug?
I don't play this game, but if you, I mean, I do. I play it on hard. But as Quack has mentioned, she'll be showing this off at Flame Fatales, and I will also be doing a cute little indie creature collector at Flame Fatales as well. So that's the next place y'all can catch me.
Yeah, and yeah, shout outs to Fatales. Please watch that. It's going to be a ton of fun. You can also find me on this very channel tomorrow for Make Your Own Victory, yapping with some lovely people as we work our way through Claire Obscure, DK Bonanza, and Hollow Knight, which will be a good time. And yeah, I'm Quacksilver on the internet. Quacksilver plays on Twitch. Thanks again, Limey. This has been wonderful. And I hope people...
Absolutely. Thank you for getting together. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Parallel Universe here on GDQ Hotfix. I know that we just saw a really, really unique rhythm game, and we're going to be seeing another one right now. We have an entire night lined up here on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick of just unique rhythm games, incredible showcases, and right now we have Eucalyptus here, who is an absolute menace at Hatsune Miku, Project Diva Megamix Plus. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Eucalyptus. I go by he, him, and I'm here with Project Diva Megamix Plus. This is a rhythm game that was released in 2022, but it's actually a port of the arcade game, which has been out for over a decade now, almost 12 years. So I've got a good chunk of mods up here for you guys to get a good mix of what I offer. So I'll be starting off, though, with a song that I'm pretty sure most of us know and love, The World Is Mine. This is actually a modded version of the song. You must be thinking, if this is such a popular song, then why would it not be in the default Project Diva game? But so the thing is that there's been so many different versions of Project Diva over the years, and when this song was added to the arcade game, which is what this game is a port of, it was in its state from being in the very first Project Diva game. And over time, as new games came out, a lot of these games ended up having updated versions of these songs, which either featured a new music video or other edits to the song, like a different version, cover, remix, etc. And this is actually a version from the PlayStation 3 version of the game, which is titled Project Diva F2nd, which had about a mix of 20 original songs and 20 returning songs from older Diva games. This mod pack ports all of those updated music videos to this game, and also ports a few songs from that game that did not make it into the arcade game.
Yeah, in the last game, we had kind of all these enemies coming down the lane, and now we have like this huge like playfield that covers the entire screen. We're supposed to be following where all the notes are going, right? And just like clicking when the arrow reaches the top right. Is that how this works?
Yeah. Something interesting about the layout of this game, as you described, is that it was one of the first video rhythm games that did not feature a layout similar to Guitar Hero, where all the notes come to specified positions on the screen. Here, as you mentioned earlier, they kind of just spawn in random positions all over the place.
Yeah, and how does the hold notes work as well?
So again, since this is the port of the arcade version of the game, the idea behind hold notes is that you just, if it says hold, you hold that note as long as you can until you need to let go or want to let go. The longer you hold, of course, you get more score. If you hold it the full amount of time, you get a score bonus. And coming up here, we're going to see this rainbow note. If you're wondering what that rainbow success is that indicates that you have triggered a special event in the music video. Not every music video has these, but when it does, if you do not hit the note, the music video plays as normal. If you do hit the note, you got a special event like there, how you got that scene of her laying with all the flowers. So that was a simple song, one that I'm sure once more many of you have heard. Let's get into the real true original mods here. Here we've got a song called Intergalactic Bound. It is from Laverso's song pack, and this song is especially notable because this was used as a theme at Miku Expo 2024, and if for those of you who don't know, Miku Expo is the concert for Vocaloid that comes overseas. They have an event every year. It's not always in America, but sometimes they'll have in Asia, other parts of the world that are not Japan. And also you'll notice here that the notes are popping in a bit suddenly, unlike our previous song. So that's the thing with the arcade version, is that you have the opportunity to basically, on any song that you'd like, you can add modifiers to make the gameplay a bit harder or more challenging. They are scored differently, of course, than normal gameplay. But the thing about a modifier like the sudden one, which is what we're seeing right now, is they, as mentioned earlier, since this game has the notes sprawling all over the place, unlike other rhythm games, which might be a bit more Guitar Hero style, having them sudden is incredibly hard due to the fact that you have no idea where the note might be. And with such a small amount of time to figure out where they are, it's like immensely harder than knowing that they're going to spawn in a certain area. You really have to keep your eyes on alert in cases like this. This is one of the few Hatsune Miku songs, which is actually, I did not say few, there's many Hatsune Miku songs now that are sung in English fully, but at the time of Project Diva first coming out, that was like about 2 years after Hatsune Miku had released. And as a result, not many people were making it for English because she didn't have an official English voice thing. As the years that went on, we've got loads of Vocaloid producers from the US, Canada, all around the world now, so it's not that foreign in a way to see Vocaloid songs sung in other languages that aren't Japanese. The most notable one is probably, many of you have heard Miku by Anna Managuchi. I'm thinking.
I know that one.
Limey, out of curiosity, have you ever attended a Vocaloid concert?
I haven't, but it is on my bucket list of things to do. I used to not like live in a place that was like super, where it was super accessible to go to them, but now I do. So I'm like looking out.
Exciting. For those of you who are also in the chat who are interested in the Vocaloid concert, Miku Expo 2025 is in Asia this year, and they have spots not just in Japan, of course, but there's ones in Philippines, China, all around. So if you are an overseas skier, you could totally check that out if you're interested. Last year, they did hit up the West in North America. And that was also the 10th anniversary of Miku Expo, which is kind of the crazy part because we had not had a Miku Expo in real life in a while due to things like COVID. As you can see, it is indeed dedicated to
COVID that famously didn't affect GDQ in any way at all. Anyways, if you want to watch any of the VODs from SGDQ or AGDQ online, you can go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Who knows?
Good cross promo. Well, let's continue the pattern with another song from Laversa Song Pack. This is Not a Devil. This song was produced by two infamous producers known as Deco27 and Pinocchio P. You might recognize Deco27 from the oh-so-famous Animal, or Ghost Rule. This is another modifier, which is simply titled High Speed. As you can see, it's a bit more self-explanatory, where the notes just fly in quite quick. However, I would consider this one notably easier than Sudden due to the fact that you have a lot of time to still account for when and where the notes press.
I also just want to shout out that you're like playing all of this while like talking and providing like insight and all of that stuff. That is like super, super impressive. Because like there were even times in the last showcase where Quacksilver had to like, fight down for a little bit to lock in. And like you're playing this with like modifiers like an absolute champion.
I appreciate the compliment. No, I was actually watching that last showcase before this started because I was just blown away. Even with how much I was focusing on the notes myself, I did not even notice at times that they were not speaking. That was a crazy run. Incredible props to that person. I would be lying if I said that speaking wasn't definitely messing me up a few times.
I mean, yeah, that's how it works. Do you actually play this game with any type of cheese? Because I know that like some players like have like weird bindings to like cheese some stuff.
Yes, I was going to bring that up, so thank you for asking. This game is, again, since it's based off of an arcade game where it's obviously not controlled with a PlayStation controller, Switch controller, keyboard, etc. When porting, chose to give you the option of official keybinds, where you could set certain buttons on your controller to count for multiple ones, which specifically helps make hold notes a lot easier. Something that's also interesting to know about the many note types that this game has is that when the very first Project Diva game came out on the PlayStation Portable, which was shortly before the arcade game, there were no hold notes, there were no double notes, etc. It was just all single buttons, which made it a lot tougher. Well, not tougher, but it was a lot more restricted. But the thing that made the game tougher is that in future Project Diva games, you were allowed to use the D-pad in addition to the corresponding D-pad buttons to the normal buttons on the controller in order to hit the same corresponding note. In the original PlayStation Portable version, you could not do that. You were only allowed to hit the original note, which contributed to, in a way, made charts harder despite them not being that hard by today's standard. Continuing on, we're going to go to some more custom songs. These are from a project called Project Megpoid, and this is one of the first projects for this game that allowed you to have custom music videos entirely. Like, while we saw the Project Diva F second version of World is Mine earlier, these music videos are fully custom. They're not ported from other Project Diva games, but in a way, they are ported from a complete spin-off of Project Diva, which is not official. It is titled Megpoid the Music Chart. This game came out in about 2013, And basically is, if you do not recognize who the character in the background is, they are a character called Megpoid Gumi, and they are notoriously known because they're one of the few Vocaloids that has become incredibly popular over the years, but they are not officially in a Project Diva game. There's another official version or spin-off of Project Diva, which is called Project Mirai, which arrived on the Nintendo 3DS, and that did feature Gumi in a limited amount, as she was allowed as a duet in some songs, but there were no songs which solely featured her. Megpoid the Music Sharp completely centered around Gumi and had all of her songs, but it ended up being a commercial failure for many reasons, one of which is the fact that it came out on the PlayStation Portable in the year 2013. And if you don't see what's wrong with that, this is the PlayStation Portable we're talking about, not the PlayStation Vita. And that was a console that was well over, well, not over, but almost a decade old at that point. Project Diva had already officially had games coming out on the Vita before Megpoid the Music was released.
I'm seeing a question in chat real quick. They're asking what controller you're using.
I'm playing with a PlayStation 4 controller currently. There are controllers which are made specifically for this game that you can use at home, which are like almost carbon copies of the arcade controller in one way or another. And I think that the thing with those controllers is, again, build quality can vary. There are official ones which seem to be mostly all right, but after a few bit of time of intensive usage, as a lot of arcade controllers, they will need certain parts being replaced to hold up over time. While we're on the topic of controls, I did want to give a little bit of insight into the history of this game and all of its many ports. So basically, the biggest, or actually the game with the most content to this, well, not to this day in a way, but for the most part was Project Diva Arcade Future Tone, which contained almost every single song from the console Project Diva games, in addition to a few original songs and songs ported from the spin-off, which I mentioned earlier, which is Project Mirai. And for the longest time, this game was highly sought after because obviously there's overseas players of Project Diva. Project Diva has been globalized and localized for many different territories now and languages, but sorry, I need a lock.
Yeah, I did not know what's going on there. That was scary.
Yeah, no, I'm a mess right now, goodness. But yeah, after we had Project Diva Arcade Future Tone, which came out in 2013, 3 years later, with around 224 songs, I believe, in the original Project Diva Arcade Future Tone at the time, we got a PlayStation 4 port, which is simply called Project Diva Future Tone, and that was in 2016. And then about 4 years later, we got Project Diva Mega Mix, which was a port of Future Tone to the Nintendo Switch, which is, however, it was basically Project Diva Future Tone, but they had cut the song list down to about 100 songs, and there were now 10 new songs. And coming up here really quick, I don't want to spend too much time on that before we get into the next song, but we've got some more modded music videos. These are from the Project Diva X song pack, and here we have Raspberry Monster, and Project Diva X is another Project Diva game that came out shortly after, well, actually it came out a few months before the port of Project Diva Future Tone. And the thing about this game is that it was the first Project Diva game to not have any of its songs ported to the arcade version, and as a result, they did not appear in any of the ports of the arcade version either. And obviously, a lot of fans wanted these songs in Project Diva Future Tone because they might prefer the graphics of Project Diva Future Tone, they might just like the gameplay style, and sorry, oh my gosh. I'm just spending a second once more to lock in here, but so a group of talented people, which centered around one person, Coolchar, they all took the time out of the day to, which they had already ported songs from Project Diva F second to Project Diva Future Tone, but they took it upon themselves to port all of the 30-something songs from the Project Diva X to the arcade version, and after that, they also ported them to Project Diva Mega Mix, as you can see, which is what I'm playing here. And the amount of work that went to that project is insane. They had started in about 2019, and they just released this update, which has a lot of cool new visual things, charts and whatnot, just last month, actually. And so if you are looking for like just new songs in general, I would absolutely recommend this pack. You've got a good like 30-something songs. I can't remember the exact number, but it is so impressive. The charts are also fun. It looks gorgeous. And yeah, this is another song that has gained popularity over the years. It was one of Honeyworks' first songs and actually ended up staying one of their most popular. Oh my gosh. Okay. Goodness. Sorry, I had to focus there for a second, despite that not being a crazy chart by what this game has to offer at all.
Do not apologize. That was so cool to watch, and I'm seeing a lot of love in chat for like seeing that song.
Yeah. Next, we got another song from the Project Diva F and F Second song pack. So, as I said earlier, there are loads of songs that got updated or different versions in F and F Second, and this is one of those where the music video just differs so much from the version that was in Project Diva Arcade originally. And so many fans have been wanting this song in this version of the music video in Project Diva Mega Mix and Future Tone for the longest time. So it's crazy to have this right in front of us now. Also, I did now want to mention that we've got that out of the way. You might notice that for these Hatsune songs, the gameplay style has been a bit different with these star notes and things like technical zones popping up. So that's another thing is the first few songs that we played, they were all the arcade style, which is what Project Diva Future Tone and its follow-ups are based on, of course. But the console versions of Project Diva use a completely different gameplay style. As you can see, the hold notes here are not just marked with hold underneath them. You have to hold them for a specified amount of time. Here, when we have arrows, you have to push both the D-pad and the corresponding normal note together. And this gameplay type is not available in Project Diva Mega Mix at all by default, but there's this very talented modder, their name is Clover, which brought over not just the gameplay mechanics, but just all of the charts from the original console Project Diva games as well. Their mod is called New Classics, and the best part is that you can have both the arcade charts and these original console style charts available at the same time. It's an in-game toggle. You do not need to reboot the game whenever you want to swap them or anything, and that is so impressive, especially with how hard it is to mod this game. They've made like a full-on UI option for it and everything. It's just the work that has went into making this game such a more playable experience over the years is insane to me.
Yeah, I know that like there's like just certain games that are harder to mod than others, and I know that you have a lot of experience. And I'm sorry for bringing this up, but I know that you come from the Super Monkey Ball community. I know that Parallel Universe is no stranger to Super Monkey Ball, given that me and Helix are both the hosts of this show, and you both have had GDQ Monkey Ball runs. So you don't have to talk about that right now, but if you want to chat that out, like feel free, because you are absolutely like prolific there as well.
Aw, I really appreciate that. That's sweet of you. Honestly, something that always comes to my mind when playing games like this is that there's a lot of overlap within the Monkey Ball players and rhythm game players, and something tells me that like the hand-eye coordination that you need for games like Monkey Ball and rhythm games like carries over.
I would absolutely believe that.
You'll also notice here that while the first song that we played, World Is Mine, in the arcade game Chance Times, or which is what we call these special events with the rainbow notes, those just kind of happen mostly out of the blue in the harder difficulties in the arcade game. But in the console games, you had like a dedicated like time slot where you had to fill up that star in the lower left, as we just saw. And if that was filled, then hitting that note would grant you the special event. If you hit the note and did not play well enough to fill up that star, you will not get a special event. I'm seeing a question in chat. Is that a GDQ shirt she's wearing? Yes, she absolutely did. That is actually a mod that I did shortly before this. Oh my goodness, I'm messing up right now. Anyways, may I just ask what time we're at right now?
We're at about 22 minutes in.
Okay, I think that we might have time for one more song after this, so I will ask you when I'm nearing the end of this. I am not going to talk at all throughout this song because of how intense it gets, but I will let you guys enjoy the show. Now that I've missed a few notes, I will break the not talking streak shortly to say that in Project Diva X, the reason why you see those chance times, but there is no event, is because in Project Diva X, chance times would grant you a new module, but obviously in Project Diva Megamix, because of how unlocking modules is, there was not really a need to port that feature over. Additionally, because X would only unlock a module during chance time success if you were playing in story mode, while free play did not do anything special to the music video, unless you specifically specified that you want an outfit change before playing the song. Also, technical zones, if you like miss or like get like a safe on a single note in them, if you miss a single note in a technical zone, it ends early. If you hit all the notes in them without getting a safe, miss, worse, whatever, you will be granted an extra 5% towards your song, towards the clear rate for the song. That's how much time we've got left.
About 4 minutes.
I have a few things. I have a list of people who I would like to thank for making mods for this game really quick. And in the meantime, I'm going to allow you guys to watch just how awful this game can get by playing this part on extra extreme with only notes. I am not going to play this. I just want you guys to watch this while I go over my thank you list for all the and credits for everybody who has made mods that I showcased today. For the X and F second pack, the credits go as Coolchar, Corn Konder, Skype, KK14, JK Thanks, Cyber Kevin, Samu, Yukikami, George, Fresk, Johnny, and Music Review. And for Laverso Song Pack and for the Project Megpoid Sharp, the credits go as Laverso, A Wafflebird, Nanase, Kiki 8-Man, Maddie Mattias Maddie, This Is HH, Harry MMD, Wiggletums, Nemi, Nasties, Aelin, and Yoshiwara Makeout. And for the new classics mod is the main creator is Clover. Now that I've still got some time left over while you guys watch this absolutely insane chart, I just wanted to take a second to talk about why the main differences between the arcade style charts and the charting style of the console games. And so basically, the arcade layout is from left to right, and it has triangle, square, cross, and circle. While obviously on a PlayStation controller, those buttons are arranged in like a circular way. So the arcade charts basically circle around these buttons in a side-to-side positioning, while console charts will focus more around like rotating your finger around those 4 buttons on your controller. That is part of why they added macros, which are basically keybinds for super hard, or for like hold notes and the like in Project Diva Future Tone and its continued forward. And really quick, when you see the slide notes, basically you can hit those on the original arcade controller. There's a touch slider, and you just slide your hand throughout it in whichever direction it was demanding. On the home ports of the game, you can just you can use the control stick, you can use the left and right triggers, or on the PlayStation 4 version, you could use the gyroscope of the controller, and you could just tilt the controller to the left or tilt the controller to the right according to which direction you need to slide. It also supported using the touchpad of the PlayStation 4 controller to hit those slide notes if you really wanted to go that far.
It's for the immersion.
Literally. Gosh, I'm like watching this and I'm so happy that I played the console version of this chart. As you can tell, this ramps up the difficulty at least 10 times. It should be mentioned that since it's called an ending medley, this was the final song that you could unlock in Project Diva X. And Project Diva X had a story mode, as I mentioned earlier, and you would, they were sorted, the worlds, instead of worlds, they were like almost like clouds based on what kind or like genre the songs might fall into. And each one had like about 5 to 6 songs, and at the very end you would get a medley which focused on songs which are in the same vein as the other ones in the cloud. This one, since it's the ending medley, there was only one song there, which is the medley itself. And this consists of all the songs that are in this medley were actually in previous Project Diva games for the console and for the arcade, which is the interesting part. These are, again, all songs that were considered like 10 or 9 stars as well in those games. So that explains why this ramps up the difficulty so much. And time.
Don't forget, where can everyone find you? And I just want you to shout out like other stuff that you're working on, like your YouTube or any mods that you've been working on.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like the Super Monkey Ball Land.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I called time a bit too early there, but I'm glad I did. basically, for where you can find me, honestly, I am not on services such as Twitter, X, things like that. I'm not really active on nowadays. I am most active on Discord, honestly, because nowadays I'm not so much about just publicly posting on apps like that. I really like to dig into modding video games themselves, and helping others has always been my favorite thing. So I do have a YouTube channel, however, where I do upload mostly Monkey Ball stuff nowadays. You can find me playing through recent mods that are released and whatnot. The Monkey Ball level workshop, if you're interested in Super Monkey Ball stuff, you can join that. I am more than willing to help anybody who would like to join there. And really quick, back on topic before I'm fully done here, I did want to shout out the Mega Mix Plus modding Discord, because all of the people who made these wonderful mods, they are in there. It is such a welcoming community, which just not toxic. They just love to help newcomers. They have all kinds of mods there. You can ask for help. You can ask for what mods you might want to download. And just general conversation. The people in there are so kind. It is a community I absolutely would recommend you joining if you would like to see more content of this game, especially because there has not been official fully new songs added in almost 5 years. So that's all I've got to say, really. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, everyone, chat right now. Check out Eucalyptus. Check out all the cool stuff they are doing. And in just a few minutes, you can check out all the cool stuff that our next showcaser, our next rhythm gamer are doing. I'm super excited to see what's next, because if you've never seen Melatonin, it is an absolute treat, and I cannot believe that game also has custom charts. It is going to be absolutely unreal, so stick around for. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Parallel Universe here on Games Done Quick Hotfix. And I alluded to this a little bit before, but I'm super excited for this showcase. It is very, very cool. But before we get into it, I just want to shout out a couple of communities we have here at Games Done Quick. You can do !FF in Twitch chat if you want to learn more about the Frame Fatales community, which is a community for women and femmes in speedrunning, and also the Black and a Flash community, who our runner here might be a little bit familiar with, !BAF in Twitch chat, which is it's a community for Black competitive gamers, rhythm gamers, speedrunners, all of that good stuff. But absolutely check out those communities if you have any interest. And Black Cat, would you like to tell us what Melatonin is?
Absolutely. First of all, hello. Thank you again so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm so happy to have Claire on the couch with me as well. Melatonin is a lo-fi rhythm game. It's about the main story is about our protagonist traveling through different dreams, like a different dreamscape. And there are 4 nights total plus a morning level where you get to have all the songs, all the levels combined. But tonight we're going to be doing some custom levels. These are all fan-made, and they're all songs that are outside of the game. So I am super excited to share what we've got. It's going to be fun.
Also, I just want to shout out that you actually did a showcase of this, but with way, way, way less customs for the Juneteenth event, right?
Yes, that's correct. So I only had 2 customs or 3 for that event, and I did the base level games for the rest. Yep.
Yeah, so if you want to see anything from the base game here, you can go to youtube.com/gamesonquick. Check out that Juneteenth celebration presented by Black and a Flash. It was an incredible showcase there, but I am excited to see what you've concocted, what you've cooked up for us here on Hotfix.
I'm very excited. Let's see. Our first level is going to be from a game that may seem familiar to some. I personally haven't played it yet, but my community highly recommended It's Pizza Time from Pizza Tower. And it's a good song.
Yeah, this song slaps
time
so
starts
hard,
now.
it makes me want to play the game.
Yes.
And it has such a good build-up.
Mm-hmm. This is the first song I've heard from this game. I don't know how.
The game is incredible.
So good.
Banger alert. I know, right? The song rocks. It's such a scary dream.
Right. The lava coming up.
I love that the vending machine has like the little guy in it.
Me too. It's one of the only levels where he doesn't appear, like his body.
Oh, really?
I
know, right?
really
It is
love,
wild.
Oh, sorry, you can go.
No, I'm sorry. You go.
I was gonna say, I just really love how like the dude you're playing as, like when he's really small on screen, like how he's drawn. I think it's like adorable.
Yes. The art in this game is excellent. I love this part. That's so well mapped.
Yeah, the people who did these custom levels like really popped off.
Yes. And I love how it ends with the clock as it's ramping up here. Oh my gosh. I keep telling people I wish this part was mapped too. Like this part was so hard. So that's our first level. It's the song itself goes really hard, but the map was actually kind of slow, and that was on purpose. I want to start off with some slower ones, and then we're gonna definitely ramp it up towards the end here. So our next song is Lights, Camera, Action, which is, I believe, is from Sonic Mania, if I'm not
I believe
mistaken.
so, yes.
Yeah. I still haven't finished it. I really need to. Some of my favorite levels are these where you have to use your bumper if you're using the controller. A lot of these levels, like, you're not using any more than 3 buttons at a time. Your bumpers and your A button, which is really nice.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of chill for a rhythm game, which like feels like an oxymoron, but it really is. Like it's kind of a more relaxed experience.
I'm gonna say, yeah, chill for a rhythm game sounds right based on what I'm seeing, but also I just came off of 2 that were absolutely absurd. So
Yeah. And that's it. Lights, camera, action. Pretty
was a good
good,
one.
pretty chill, you know.
I just want to
We're
mention
working
that these have been no miss so far, correct?
Oh no, I got a few lates, but you're
Okay,
right, no
but-
misses.
No misses is what matters here.
Yeah.
Thank you. So far, so good. Our next song is Gourmet Race, which is a Kirby song. Classic.
Yes. Yes, Kat is in fact a gamer, can confirm.
Thank you.
This game has such a good color scheme. It's so pleasing.
It's very warm.
Yeah.
Very cozy.
This guy is insanely good at vending machines
Yes.
in his dream. Or claw machines, that's the word.
I want him to play for me, get me some prizes.
Right, I want it. I want a knick-knack.
Yeah, a little treat.
Oh yeah, it does kind of remind me of being Puppy Cat.
Are we talking about prices right now?
Yeah.
Just like how there's prices at Flame Fatales, which is going from September 7th through 14th. You can check that out by going to gamesdonetquick.com/schedule/58. I know I already shouted out the exclamation FF, but you know, I'm never gonna pass up an opportunity to shout out an event with prizes.
Heck yeah. You hear that, chat? Check it out. Ooh, one miss. That's all right. This next song, uh-oh. This happens sometimes. It glitches out and says, you can't play the customs anymore. We just have to go back to the title screen. It's okay. This next song is from Wii Fit. Does anyone remember getting their little stepping board and playing the Wii Fit game for the original Wii?
Oh my god.
It was like a childhood staple for me, at least. Just, I don't know. It was just, it felt like at the time the motion tracking and everything was so good, but you go back and play it now and you're like, this is this is so difficult. What am I doing here? It's amazing how much technology's changed.
For real.
I will say this is a really good song to like step to the beat to. If you haven't gotten up and gotten some water or stretched in a while, this is it. This is your time. We're marching. I think this is also the song with the most notes that I have tonight at about 320-ish.
Ooh.
So we're gonna be here. It's a good song though.
I'm like in my chair right now. I'm like stepping along.
Yes. It's great for that.
Oh, I love the Wii too. I miss having one. I wish I'd kept mine.
It's good for a throwback for sure.
Yeah, it's so fun. Wii Sports.
Yes. Wii Bowling.
Yes, that's the best one. IMO.
Uh-oh. There we go.
It's okay. He has enough money.
No more.
He's being very greedy.
It's his dream. He can always have more money. It's okay.
It's true. They could be chocolate coins. Who knows?
Oh, that is such a good point.
I don't know. Maybe he's had enough dreams where he's just like eating food. We love how everyone in chat is telling us about their favorite Wii games.
Yes.
And if
Bring
you
it
haven't
back.
yet, get on that.
Bring the Wii back.
And also, I just want to mention that you've been getting a lot of love in chat from many different community members. Also, GDQ's been also getting a lot of love with all of your subs in bits. They're all super appreciated. They all go to helping GDQ stay afloat and helping all of this incredible content stay up. You know, we're doing it pretty much every single day at this point. So thank you for all of those subs.
Thank you, everyone. Truly, this is like one of the coolest corners of the internet. I love the whole GDQ community. It's just incredible. Y'all are amazing. Stay awesome. So, Claire, I know you mentioned how our protagonist was maybe collecting a little bit too much money. I promise it's for a good reason. Have you ever been to the mall, Claire?
Yes, in fact, I have.
Have you been to the Coconut Mall, Claire?
I wish. Oh my gosh, I wish.
Are you ready to get coconut mauled, chat?
I can't believe you're coconut mauling chat.
I had to do it to him. We gotta go to the mall. We gotta spend our money.
That's so true. Unironically, though, I love this song. Like, it's one of my favorite Mario Kart songs.
Same. It's so whimsical.
Yeah. I saw a video of somebody who, like, to be productive and get work done, they just play Coconut Mall on repeat. I feel like I want to try that.
They are built different.
I would get
know,
tired
right?
of Coconut Mall so bad, but like just like a playlist of like every Mario Kart song would like do it for me, I think.
That I could get behind. Claire, if you do that, I want to know about it.
I want to try it for the meme. I don't know.
Do it.
I'm seeing someone in chat saying send this to your friends to get the coconut mauled. But why don't you send the stream to your friends and coconut maul them right now in this instance? Show them show them all the cool content GDQ's doing every single day.
Chat, you just got called to action. I think you got to take the call. Pick up the phone, chat. Coconut Mall all your friends.
I just think it's so funny that he's like collecting all these coins, and in my mind he's gonna just like in his dream go to the coconut mall and throw them all in the fountain.
Yes. The correct headcanon, I think.
Yeah, he's grabbing coins like you grab coins in Mario Kart. Exactly.
That's so true. The way I didn't think about that at all.
I didn't either until Roy said it in the chat just now. I was like, actually, you have a point.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming with me to the Coconut Mall, y'all. I
That
appreciate
kind of rhymes. Mall, y'all.
the mall, y'all. Let's go. So these next 4 songs are from the great Toby Fox. This year is the 10th anniversary of Undertale being released. If you have not played Undertale, I highly recommend it. It is such a good game. I think it really transformed like video games as a whole, like this, the way people approach them and look at them. I think it's one of the most incredible games ever made. I highly, highly recommend it. So I had to put in at least 2 songs from Undertale, and I have 2 from Deltarune, chapters 3 and 4. So we'll put a little spoiler ahead of that in case, you know, you're still trying to stay spoiler free. But of course, we got to start with Bone Frazzle.
Yes.
You saying that the game's been out for a decade made my bones crumble to dust.
Can you believe it's been that long?
That's wild.
It doesn't feel like it.
I do feel old yet. This one's so well mapped. It's like so satisfying.
Yes. My only regret is that it's short. But it's such a good song.
Yeah.
Mr. Papyrus. We have 2 songs for our bone brothers. Our skeleton bros. We've got Bone Frazzle, and then of course I gotta bring back Megalovania. Of course, Sans Undertale.
It's a requirement.
It is. The history of this song is so fascinating to me. How it started as like a, what was it, Mother 3? Like a mod
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And just kept repurposing it.
I mean, it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
If you've never played Mother 3, absolutely find a way to play it. I think it's incredible. But one of the mechanics in the game makes it kind of like a rhythm game if you don't know about it. When you're doing your attacks, you can like tap the A button to like the BPM of the song to like make it do more damage. And I think it's super cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rad. That alone may have convinced me to play it. Whoops.
Oh yeah. Someone in chat is saying that it was an Earthbound mod.
Earthbound mod.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad.
I love the Salvador Dali vibes in the baseball ones.
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite themes.
Yeah. Pumping iron for Undertale, absolutely. We gotta get hyped up.
Yes. Let's go. All right, so these next 2 songs are going to be from Deltarune, the new chapters. This first one is called Raise Up Your Bat, and I think it's a really good song. And this is kind of where the difficulty level starts to ramp up.
Ooh.
For the rest of the set, or showcase rather. I love the guitar in the song. It is so good.
Yeah, the music slaps. That's all I know about Deltarune at this point. It's just the music. I really need to play it.
Yes. You and me both.
Yeah.
Limey, have you played it?
I've not played it. I don't really care about spoilers, but I'm waiting till the entire game is done before I play it, which means I'm probably going to play it in 15 years. But I'm very excited for it, even if it takes that long. Is this the song that comes in like the rhythm game segment of this chapter?
I think so.
If people in chat haven't seen, there's actually like a simulator for the rhythm game, like in Deltarune, that someone made as like a standalone thing, which I think is really
Really?
funny. Yeah.
I want to play it.
Oh, it's like Guitar Hero. Ooh. I might have to try that.
I could see that.
Yeah, I might do the same thing at this point. Just wait till the whole game is out. It's been long enough.
Y'all are built different.
We'll see. We'll see.
And that's
The little
raise up your.
astronaut guys.
What was that?
I was just gonna say the little astronaut guys remind me of Pikmin.
True. They're just little guys.
That was a good one.
We've actually had a Pikmin here on Parallel Universe, if y'all in chat haven't seen that. It was actually a world record on stream, which was super cool. You can check that out by going to youtube.com/gamesonquick. In the playlist, there's going to be all of the different events, and then also all of the different Hotfix shows. You can click on one that says Parallel Universe and just scroll down a little bit. You'll see it.
I'm definitely checking that out. World record on stream.
Happens only on twitch.tv/gamesonquick, except for everyone else's stream where they stream their own speedruns. But that doesn't count right now.
Definitely not. So I heard there's like a very cool character that's showcased in this song. I don't know. Apparently their head is a TV, maybe. These are just the rumors I've heard. I don't know. Anyway, it's TV time.
This is so cool because actually in Rift, this song was showcased, but it was like completely different. Obviously, it's a completely different rhythm game. So I love seeing how people take popular songs, but just like chart it differently for different rhythm games. It's so cool.
That is cool. I'll have to watch the Rift map.
This one's so fast paced, definitely like a ramp up.
Yeah. Here it goes.
I love all the different dancing emotes in chat. So cute.
Yeah, chat is absolutely eating this up.
Yay!
For real.
That last mean note. I see you.
Oh my, yeah, that's evil.
So
That's
evil.
so rude.
Right. So these next 4 songs are the hardest in the set, for me at least. They're really fast paced. They're really fun. I'm looking forward to playing them for y'all. One of them might sound familiar. I played it during the last showcase during the Juneteenth show. It's called Don't Sleep Together, and this game is from Terraria and Don't Starve's collaboration. It's a really good one. I'm gonna lock in. We're gonna focus.
The real question is, what does this dude eat before going to bed? I know, right? He's got some wild dreams.
All the spicy food.
Some.
Okay. This next song, it's a little silly. I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess it's oo-oo-ee-ah-ee-oo. If you want to do that, it's the cat meme song. You've heard it before. It's a good one. It's got a little twist to it though. I hope you all enjoy. When we found this map, I was just like, it has to be done for the memes.
Yes, immediately. Immediately must include.
Yes. Here it comes.
Oh, nicely done.
Thank you.
weightlifting is really paying off for him in these lava sequences.
Yes.
He is strong.
We are not skipping leg day.
For real. Oh, not the offbeat.
Yep. We live here now.
Yes, Kat is such a gamer.
Thank you. I really like that song. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I love it.
These last two were highly requested. I don't know if y'all have heard of the game Rhythm Heaven Fever, maybe?
Never heard of
Perhaps. Never heard of it. Wow. Well, you're in for a treat. I personally have never played the Rhythm Heaven games, but everyone tells me I need to play them. They're very good.
Wait, yeah,
so I thought
you absolutely should.
Yeah? Okay. I want to play the new one that comes out on the Switch too. I think that'll be really fun. I have to figure out a way to play the old ones too, because they're all like on the DS, right?
Oh, there's a Game Boy Advance, DS, Wii, and then 3DS.
Ah, okay. Maybe I could pick up the Wii one. That could be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you're playing Rhythm Heaven Fever right now, and you can play Rhythm Heaven Fever on your own stream soon if people in chat check you out. Twitch.tv/blackcat. Who
That's
knows?
true. Mimi's right, y'all. So I'll be playing Rhythm Heaven Fever Remix 10-1 and 10-2. Enjoy!
This song is so fun. I feel like I need to pick up Rhythm Heaven as well.
Let's do it together.
I know all of these songs by heart, so I'm just like tapping out what it would be originally like on the Wii, like on my like leg.
I love that. Such a delightful song.
Yeah, for real.
This is my favorite. That's so satisfying.
It's so well mapped. It's like perfect.
Mhm. Don't be sad, chat. There's a part
Yes.
2. Here it comes. Time will be after this song is done. It's my favorite part coming up. This right here.
Ooh. This song has so much variety.
Yeah.
He's working so fast. He must be listening to Coconut Mall. The fake out.
Right? It's so rude. And that's it. Oh my gosh.
GG's. That was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Limey, thank you for having us. Claire, thank you for being here. Shout out to my community for being so amazing and all my friends and family for supporting me. I really appreciate y'all. It's always such a pleasure to do stuff like this and support such an amazing organization. And oh gosh, I could go on forever. I just thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and where can everyone find you and what can they find on your channels?
You can find me on twitch.tv/blackcat. Don't forget the Q. I play Melatonin every Sunday, and Thursdays are usually just, whatever the vibe calls for. We're a fun little community. We're cute. It's just a good time. So if you'd like to join us, come on over. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, and Claire, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Black Hat streams. I don't really do anything publicly on the internet, but I am one of her moderators. So we would love to have you. Come hang out. It's a great time.
You heard that, Twitch chat. If you're not in their community, absolutely join it right now. I'm looking at you. But in the meantime, while you're joining their community, we're going to be setting up for the next game. So, get up, stretch real quick, walk around your room, maybe open a door, let some air flow. It's a little stuffy in there. I can feel it, okay? Maybe finish up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Parallel Universe here on GDQ Hotfix. And I know we might be almost done with the show, but we have one last absolute generational banger here. We have a Mush Dash showcase with one of, in my opinion, the GOATs. Free Muffin, if you'd like to take it away.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Free Muffin. I've played this game for a while. I think I started about the start of 2021, which coincidentally is also around the time our modding community started. We have custom charts support, and we have a few other things, quality of life stuff. You can go to mdmc.moe, mdmc.moe to check out custom charts and for a link to the Discord and all that. But Mush Dash, this is a rhythm game, 2-key, kind of similar to Taiko, but the lanes are visually split top and bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it with something that should hopefully be pretty familiar to most people in chat. And I'll give a countdown. 3, 2, 1, start.
I would say good luck, but I know you don't need it. I know you're going to absolutely crush this.
I'll take it anyway. But I'm gonna preface this entire showcase with a light epilepsy warning. This game tends to be pretty flashy, especially in charts that have added VFX. We'll see a bit of those more in the next chart. but most of the visual variety on screen doesn't matter. None of like the note skins do anything different except give you different amounts of points and look different. So you can really just simplify it to colored blobs on your screen that tell you what button to press. A fairly simple concept, but can get pretty complex pretty quickly.
Out of curiosity, what keybinds do you use? Because I know pretty much every player of this game uses different ones. I'm curious what you use.
I use an extended version of the default keybinds. The default keybinds are DF for the top lane and JK for the bottom lane. No, dude. But I added S and A to the top lane and L and semicolon to the bottom lane, mainly for mashers, so I can hit them faster. Yeah, I have one graded. So sad. But yeah, my keybinds are just FDSA and JKL semicolon. A lot of people will play with an extra bind. Will bind like E to the ground lane, so you can press both air and ground with one hand. That's something that's very common among high level play. But now we're gonna move on to this song, which is by an artist you might recognize, and sounds familiar. This is actually a Mush Dash original. This was commissioned for this game back in 2023. Noma, I think, has 4 songs in this game, and all 4 of them sound like Brainpower. Including Brainpower, obviously.
I mean, I think it's a formula that works, so.
It is, for sure. But the guy's got so much variety in his discography. I kind of wish we'd get a bit more variety from him in this game. This song is really good, though. So these are the visual effects I've been talking about. I just noticed. I seem to have made a mistake. I'm not playing the game right now. This game has a nice feature where it will save combinations, like save like a character combination for a chart so that you don't have to swap between, because the way scoring works in this game is really weird. In the most basic sense, there are a few characters that will give you more score than others. But I accidentally had autoplay locked on this chart. This game is very well made, and
for what it's worth, it's a good feature, but also sometimes stuff slips.
It's a good feature, but sometimes you screw up, and you know, what can you do? But now let's actually play the game. I'm sorry about that, but you will notice while I am playing the game that my keyboard is acting as an input display. And that's the main reason I have hand cam on. Okay, autoplay's not on this time, I promise.
World domination.
Yeah, is the run still legal if I used autoplay?
Spiritually, yes, it's okay.
And I didn't even like register it until most of the way through the chart. Someone in chat said, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I've never thought about like lining up the lights on my keyboard with like what actually is like happening in game, because I have like weird binds. It'd probably make a lot of sense for people like who are watching, but I've never done it before. Like I have RGB keyboards, they're all just like set to white.
I usually have it set to a rainbow fade, but I thought this would be a cool idea for this specifically. But yeah, somebody in chat said, I can't even type for work that fast. Man, I wish this transferred to typing skills. I am so bad at typing fast.
I'm also hilariously bad at typing, but also I'm a rhythm game fan, so who knows? Maybe it's correlated.
It might be correlated. One great. Again. I'm cursed. Noma has cursed me with the one great.
One great is like such a painful experience. I feel
it happens a lot to me in this game specifically. So yeah, that was a Noma original for Mush Dash. Moving on to another original by another artist some of you might recognize. We'll get back to that a little bit later. But this is Twisted Escape by Psy. Yes, it's pronounced that way. I don't care what you think. That's how it's pronounced. But so far, we've only been playing the master difficulty. If we click on this for a bit, then we get a little pop-up. And it changes to Supreme. So a lot of charts will actually have an extra higher difficulty than the one that shows up. Oops. I'm gonna restart that. Nobody saw that.
I was blinking for like 20 seconds. What happened?
Nothing. No worries. But this song is another commission. And this chart ramps the difficulty up a decent amount from the last one. Oops. So those notes, it looks like there's a note on top of that hold, you'd be right. So you actually do have to press 2 keys on the same lane at the same time to hit that. Random Gemini jump scare. Still don't know why that's there.
I absolutely love this artist's music because like it is like the most beautiful melody I've ever heard, and then also like a cat walking on, like across a piano, and then it's in a rhythm game for some reason, and it's like the hardest thing I've ever played.
It's a cat walking across a piano, but it's also the most beautiful thing you've ever heard.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It's also incredibly beautiful and incredibly pretty. It's also just really difficult.
It's crazy. And Sai always gets the boss song. Sai actually just got a new Limit Break boss song in My that's 4 minutes long for no reason. So that's a fun one. But you know what? Speaking of My. Actually, no, I lied. That's next, but we're gonna move on to custom charts. So that was a bit of a showcase of some of the stuff the base game has to offer. Now we're gonna showcase some of the stuff that custom charts have to offer. This was a BMS competition song from a few years back, but this chart was made as part of a community pack that we did a while back. That actually included a contest submission.
I absolutely need to get into playing more customs in this game because I've like gotten to the point where I can do really, really, really well on everything in the main game, but I just haven't gotten into customs yet. And I feel like this is a good time to ask for anyone in chat who isn't into Mush Dash customs, how can you get into that?
Yeah, so you can go to like I said at the start of the stream, you can go to mdmc.moe to look at our list of customs and our leaderboards and stuff. And there on the website is also a Discord link. You can also just go to discord.gg/mdmc. Unfortunately, that's the only place to download the mods for now. Ashton's been working on the mods backend for a very long time. Surely it will be done any day now, but unfortunately for now, you have to join the Discord.
Oh no, a community where I can meet like-minded people. Oh no.
Oh no.
Just like if you're here watching speedruns and rhythm game showcases, you can type in !Discord into a chat, join the GDQ Discord, and get the Hotfix Jewel roll. Oh no, like-minded people who enjoy GDQ Hotfix shows, just like the one you're watching now.
No.
!PU, Parallel Universe.
I could never imagine.
You're right, that's why we're the ones on stream.
True. So the astute among you will have noticed during that chart some text boxes pop up on the screen with some text in them. That's another form of VFX you can do in this game. It's really cool and can be used for a lot of stuff, and we'll see more of it later. But that is another thing you can do for like VFX. This game has a lot of visual eye candy going on while you're playing. So I was talking about My earlier. I jumped the gun a little bit. This song is a My original by Black Y. Black Y fused with Y Kuro, which just translates to Y black in Japanese.
Also, for everyone at home, I assume you're also using other mods other than just the ones that let you play customs, right? Like some like UX mods.
Yeah. So if you see that I'm currently playing as Morisakiri Same from the Toho universe, but that's not the ability that's actually being used. That is a mod called Fave Girl. Lets you pick a skin to use visually over what the skill you're actually using. Like, as you can see, my health is decreasing over time. That is Little Devil Marija's ability. She gives you a plus 25% score boost on perfects. But you lose 2 health per you lose some amount of health per second. I don't remember the number exactly. But I also have... Sorry, give me a second. But I also have an Elfin on called Lilith, who will heal me for 2 HP for every perfect I hit, so I get my health back. So on songs that are dense enough, you just basically get plus 25% score for free. But I also have a skin on for that one. I'm using the Dr. Page Elfin from the Rhythm Doctor collab. They turned it into a bird. I'm not sure why.
For whimsy, surely.
Surely for whimsy. Anyway, here is yet another My song. I'm not biased, I swear. This chart is very old, actually. This chart is actually from about 2021. So right around when this whole thing started. But this is a song by Gari Gari Samushi, who some of you may recognize easier as Mori Mori Atsushi. Yet another alias. Somebody could write their dissertation on Japanese doujin scene aliases.
I think I've played this game too much because I'm watching you play right now and my index fingers twitching to make you jump over the saw blades on the floor.
Good. Let the brain rot consume you. Oops. That ending is so hard. I promise it's so much harder than I make it look.
Oh yeah, no, the ending is so hard. I'm just gonna get a full combo real quick. Yeah, it's so difficult.
I actually AP'd the last half of that chart. I promise it's harder than that. Anyway, moving on, finally moving on from My. Anybody who's ever played Quaver might recognize this one. This was one of the default songs. Princess of Winter by Hyun. I think this artist is Korean. I think they've got a bunch of Audify collabs. Or a bunch of Audify customs. I think Hyun has a couple things in Rotano as well. Actually, that might be a PB. What alias, actually? I don't know if I've heard of Hyun having an alias. Also, that only wasn't a score PB because I was using the wrong character combination. This chart, I'm pretty sure, is optimal on Bunny Girl Rin and Little Devil, or not Little Devil, Bunny Girl Rin and Little Witch. So I just lose like 8k score just because I didn't use the right character. I love this game.
unfortunately, that's just how it would be with a score-based rhythm game set face.
It's especially weird in this game because of how Fever works. The astute among you might have noticed the Fever bar at the bottom and the background lighting up at the top and bottom every now and then. Like there. Basically, when I'm in Fever, I get about double score, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, double score. But it only lasts for a certain amount of time. Those of you who are familiar with Guitar Hero and that family of rhythm games might be thinking of Star Power right now, and it's basically the same thing. Including squeezing notes in at the beginning and end for more points. I love that. I think Bell beat me to it, but yeah. I used to play piano for a while.
Yeah, I feel like there's some overlap between like people who like play music and people who play rhythm games, but it's like genuinely such different skill sets, so that it's like it's not always gonna be the case where one person who does one will also do the other.
That ability to hold a beat will transfer to pretty much anything, though. The song is really good. I didn't give it a proper intro. I forgot. This is Revixie by Ikaruga Nex. This was also from a BMS competition a while back. But this chart has a lot of notes in it. If I put this chart up against the entire official catalog of charts, it is the second highest note count in the game. Anyway, moving on. Here's another chart. Here's another song some people might recognize. This one got added. Actually, when did this get added? Like about 4 years ago. And then it got added 4 years ago as a gimmick chart where the easy, hard, and master are all just notes on the top lane and nothing else. There were rumors of a hidden coming for it for a long time, but we didn't actually get it for a year and a half, which is, I'm pretty sure, the longest gap between a song being added and a hidden difficulty being added in the entire game by like at least 6 months. But they finally decided that this song needed a real chart.
少女が織りなす日本最古のおとぎ話忍ぶへ尺八小児科グラムへわらき奏でる意味しえの心楽団は獅子の出し竹馬に玉すだれ竹細工職人のひらめきとおもてなし竹のやかに竹の壁に竹竹の竹の庭木の抗菌性小春性抗酸化作業のピタピタテテテテテ日本古来の日常が見せる結びつかれたり釣り竿をスマホの手をつまみに隠しない竹の声は未来の地球自然の中に神が
Oops. There's also no punishment for pressing buttons in this game.
That's my favorite part of the game.
Oops. I counted way too fast. I thought I had the countdown for that last note, and I guess I didn't. But yeah, at the very end of that, it hides the hold end from you and then puts a note on top of the hold end that you just can't see. You have to time it. Because screw you. Input spam is king. So, I meant to say this is another official chart. We've moved back to this is another official chart. This was added about 4 years ago as well in the Hardcore Tano C collab. This is probably one of the hardest 11s in the game, but only for the second half. Yes, I do tap on music notes even when I don't have to. For the blue, just music note looking collectibles, you don't have to actually tap, you just have to be there physically. I just tap because it helps me time easier. No, dude. Hope you like overlaps.
Suddenly I understand why you have 4 fingers on one hand to be devoted to one side.
Yeah. They come in handy. I have definitely been known to 3-key or 4-key a stream if I've been feeling particularly lazy or if it's particularly fast. The song is a demon in every game. Like, just period. Every game this song has ended up in, the chart is demonic. And now for the real chart. Ugh. Ooh. That's actually a really good score for me. The ending is so... have never been consistent at the ending. it's a running joke in the community that this chart is a 10 and then it's a 12. At no point is it a pure 11.
No, I agree.
Speaking of 12s, we've got Psy's back with a bit more of a recognizable song. Unfortunately, the chart is not as good as the last one was. This is a really, really old chart, and it shows in the worst ways.
I can't believe this is a real rhythm game because it has Freedom Dive in it.
I feel like it wouldn't be correct without Freedom Dive being like awful. Like, I feel like this chart just has to be bad.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of Freedom Dive customs that aren't like that great. Just like throughout all of rhythm gaming. And that's okay, because it's like expected at this point. And then sometimes people will remake it and then it'll be better. And that's also okay.
Oops. 2019 chart, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, while you're playing this, I'll take this time to mention, yeah, this chart might be old, but if you want to see some new stuff, go to gdq.gg/PAX West. The schedule for that just came out. It is an absolute banger for 4 straight days at PAX West in person. It's going to be super, super cool. Check that schedule out. And also, we're going to be at TwitchCon, so you can also check that out on the GDQ website. It is submissions for that are going to be open pretty soon, so check that out. Yeah, the exact dates are going to be the 6th through the 13th, and the event is going to be October 17th through 19th. So 100% check those out, because there are going to be 2 in-person events that GDQ are going to be involved with. It's going to be pretty cool if you want to watch those, or if you're going to attend, maybe you can check out the GDQ stages that they have.
I promise that if you actually play this chart intended, it's so difficult, but the doublet sections are all just mashable. You can just kind of press. You can just kind of press buttons. You can just kind of press buttons and get perfect. This one's kind of a fake 12. This one used to be an 11 and they buffed it. Not quite sure why.
It makes sense and it's understandable, but I mean,
Yeah.
NFC is an FC. I don't know what to say.
I mean, yeah, an FC is an FC. I have. Oops, that's the wrong one. I've gotten FC on this one a couple times, but it's so easy to drop during those doublet sections. You could just drop one for no reason. Anyway, on the topic of 12s, shoutouts to Leaf. That's about it. I feel like just listening to this song's demo gives you enough information about the song as a whole. This was part of an April Fool's pack a few years back, like 2022, I think. No, 2023. It shows Oops. Leaf absolutely has good charts. Are you kidding? This chart's good. This chart's good. The Crow Rabbit chart in this game is good. Crow Rabbit is another Mush Dash original. Fun fact. Look it up on Spotify. Oops. What? I blame the game on that one. All right, hold on. Let me get a drink. Queen Alouette is also really good. It's also a Mush Dash original. Fun fact. Leaf has a lot of originals in this game. I'm not sure why Para likes working with Leaf so much. But I've got one more official 12 here. This one's from Groove Coaster. This one's a Big Bad Boss song from Groove Coaster 3. This one's got a different unlock method than the rest of them. Most of them you just spam click on the difficulty button to show the Supreme, but that doesn't work here. It said, but the song title is Ouroboros, Twin Stroke of the End. Unfortunately, it's bugged, so I have to do it 3 times to get it to show up. This is probably my favorite chart in the base game.
This one's really fun.
This one's really good, and it's also like 2021. They have never topped it. I'm sorry, but it's true. I definitely did not 98 this one on a membrane at GDQ.
I think because of this game, I've like gotten like, what's the reverse of like desensitized? I don't know. Like whenever like other rhythm games have like 101%, I'm like, whoa, because this game like only goes up to 100. So like people are like, oh yeah, like 97, 98. Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. And then like, yeah, there's other rhythm games with like 105%. And it's like, whoa, this person must be really good at the game. And it's like, that's just like the regular FC.
Yeah, see, I play games that do both. So my brain can swap back and forth pretty easily. Like, I play a lot of Them, which scores out of 1,010,000. Anyway, that was pretty good. I have FC on this, but it's so this song is so hard to actually keep FC through the whole thing. And now for something a bit different. This is Waka Ultimate Dream Mega Mix. I know there are a couple Waka players in chat right now who might pop off at this. But this was this was like a big remix of a lot of the Waka originals through the game's life. Waka was a, how was it, 2019 or 2020? I don't quite remember. Arcade rhythm game. And it shut down tragically in 2023, I think. But like a year or so after the game shut down, Usao and Cabario dropped this 6-minute epic mega mashup of a ton of songs from Waka. And so for last April Fool's 2025, we in MDMC did a mega collab for it, and each of us got like a 30-second section, and we made an easy and a normal. Don't let these ratings deceive you. This is a 10 and this is a 12. They just never changed it. I'm gonna stop stalling because the song is 6 minutes long.
I can't wait to get into it, but I'm also terrified.
This chart is terrifying. Some of you might also notice the background's gone. That is because this chart has a background MV. In the bottom left, you can see the songs that it's sampling. And the text box over my health bar in the bottom middle shows who charted the section. Oops. Hey, who's that guy? Anybody know who this is?
Well, I heard that if you like type that in to like the Twitch page, it will take you to like some channel that you can follow if you're in Twitch chat right now.
It might just be a conspiracy. That section is a reminder that this was an April Fool's chart.
Don't you remember? No.
Ugh. I told you the 11 was a lie. The 11 is a lie. This chart is so cool though. I'm so glad that we got to put this together. And that would be the end, but we're on it. We got one more. This one's a bit of a wild card. This was another April Fool's chart by my friend Miri. Oops, I almost forgot. I need to change my language to Japanese for this chart to work. Yeah, salutes out to Waka. Rest in peace, my goat. But here's a good example of some of the stuff you can pull with those text boxes that you saw earlier. So as you can see, oops.
What was that? That is so cool.
Yeah, so that was... I think Miri had to write a script to get this to work. Like, to generate the file for this. But... It's telling you to hit... It's telling you to what to hit. I always forget. I'm pretty sure that that boss melee at the end is two boss melees on top of each other. But yeah, so that's an example of some of the more unhinged stuff you can do in this game. Basically, it covers the entire screen in a black text box and then gives you text that shows you what to hit. He's done a few others in this kind of style with the crazy text box shenanigans, but this is a really cool application of it, and I thought it'd be cool to show off on stage. But yeah, that's
absolutely, that is so cool.
Yeah, that's about it. That's everything I've got.
Thank you so much for doing that showcase. And everyone in Twitch chat, you already know what to do. Go follow Free Muffin. That was incredible. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/free_muffin. Full disclosure, I don't stream very often. But hey, maybe I might start streaming more often soon. I've been kind of getting back into it after a while, but
all I'm saying is chat push one if you would watch more of that.
But no, I don't stream that often, but if I do, that's where you can find me. I don't really like hang out on social media that much, so I have a Twitter, but I never use it. It's my Twitter is free_muffin_ because the one without the second underscore was taken by an account that hasn't posted since 2013.
The Twitter classic, honestly, though.
The Twitter classic. But yeah, I mean, that's about all I've got.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that showcase.
Yeah, hop on over to mdmc.moe and check out all the stuff we've got. You can find a link to the Discord server there. And yeah. Yeah, and if you missed any of that, this episode will be up on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick in the next few days or so. But that is all the content we have for you today, tonight, right now. But we are going to be rerunning this night of shows back. So if you missed all the things, there was an incredible run that happened to be a world record by like 2 minutes. So absolutely, if you have